Hey guys, welcome to Colorado Cars and Coffee. And in this video, I'm going to do a little bit of a walk around. I just brought the brand new Tundra to Cars and Coffee, and people are looking at it. A lot of people are commenting on the size of the grill, as you can imagine. I guess from a Toyota point of view, it's pretty big, but from a Lexus point of view, it's not so large. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a walk around and just check out what's here at our local Cars and Coffee. Now, usually, this being Colorado, look at that, a 911 Turbo S. That's a quick car. But usually what happens here is that by December, this Cars and Coffee has faded into a much smaller version of itself. Howdy, how are you?
Got a BMW for sale over there.
What BMW you got? Sorry, I'm doing a video.
95 740i.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, we met before.
Oh, that's
Right
right.
there
Yeah.
back. Anyway, 95 740i.
Okay.
And it's never been in a wreck, never had a piece of rust on it. It's garage kept, owned by another architect, and then me, another architect.
Well, let me show the
Gorgeous.
let me show the people, and maybe how much are
that
you
one there with the hood standing
and
on?
how much are you asking for it?
$5,000.
$5,000? All right. Let me go show it to them.
Sure.
Enjoy your burrito. Now let's go check it out. We've got an old Beamer here for sale, and if you guys are into old BMWs, this might be an interesting one for you. So let's do a little bit of a walk around. I love this era of BMW, before the Bengal butt, and of course about as classic as it gets. So there you go. Yeah, silver. It's got some issues. It's got some issues. I can see why it's 5K. Of course, these are the kind of cars that you can get upside down and really quick. And if you're a BMW person, you probably know that. Let's see how many miles it has. It's seen better days. See, if God didn't have passion for or emotion, I'd possibly be an atheist. Well, there you have it. We don't know the miles, but we do know that person is certainly one of faith. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have a beautiful BMW. Ooh, that is a gorgeous motorcycle.
Pardon me?
That's a gorgeous bike, man. Holy cow, what year is that?
75.
75. By the way, I like your glasses.
Oh, look at that.
How many miles? Did you restore it? It looks brand new.
You know, I bought it like this from someone I know
Wow.
who restored it. But
Wow.
it had low miles when it was redone. It was more of I think, an exercise in how to fix something up than it was a necessity. It was pretty nice when it was before, but then he just kind of started and then kept going.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, it looks like it just came from the factory. You know?
Yeah.
It does.
No, it's nice. And
How does it ride?
oh, really nice.
Yeah.
You know, you have to use these things a little bit. I hadn't ridden it in a while, and so I don't know. It took a few miles for it to sort of start to
It's funny.
settle in.
It's funny. They're like people.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it. You know? It's funny. Well, enjoy your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
Take care. Bye. That's a beautiful motorcycle. I love those old BMWs with the boxer engines. They are just spectacular and fun to ride. All right, let's see what we have here. We've got, of course, an old Jeep. Being Colorado, we get lots of Jeeps. Oh my gosh. If you remember a couple of years ago, we bought, I think it was an 82 RX-7. We found as a barn find. This was the first car that I ever owned when I was a younger man. I actually bought this brand new. It was my first new car. Back in the day, this is a $12,000 car. Of course, what makes this so interesting, besides the design, which is just classic, is the fact that it's got a rotary engine under the hood, and of course the pop-up headlights. And so when we found one, when I say we, me and Tommy, a few years ago, for sale in Colorado that had just under 50,000 miles, we snapped it up. Now the manual on these is really fun. So, oh good, it's got a manual transmission. And this, being limited edition, if I recall, of course had the sunroof, the special wheels. I think those are also, yep, I think those are the original ones that came on it back in the day. And yeah, really cool car. I don't fit in it now. Time has not been great to me in terms of my size. So we drove it from here to Colorado, and then we eventually sold it in LA. And I kind of regret that decision now because I love that car. But then again, you know, if you don't fit, you don't fit. This seems to be the Z area of Cars and Coffee. I've been looking for an original Z. I've owned 3 of them, and this one is beautiful. It's got a little bit of road rash, so that usually means it's been driven quite a bit. But I got a chance to drive one of these original ones in Nashville with Nissan at their Heritage Collection, and F240, and it was not powerful, it was not fast, it was not quick, but my God, it was one of the most intuitive, interesting, and just responsive cars I've ever driven. Light, straight 6, and the right amount of power. It just makes for a wonderful car. And unfortunately, we've gotten away from all that. Not that there's anything wrong with another 911, and a turbo at that. But boy, the difference between these two is like night and day. This thing, compared to this car, of course, is a dinosaur. But in terms of just sheer fun to drive, sheer responsiveness, that might be the better car. And of course, this is going the exact opposite way. The Nissan GTR, which is just all about horsepower and 0 to 60 times and brutal force. Look at that. CTS V, I believe. Is that a V? It must be a V. We had a chance, Nathan and I, to actually test drive the wagon of this. I think they built like 500 of them. Fell in love with it and thought to myself, this is going to be very collectible one day. And sure enough, it is, especially the wagon version of that car. Supercharged, if I remember right, 560 horsepower. Pretty amazing car. So this Cars and Coffee started, gosh, I started coming here about 10 years ago when it used to be by a local coffee shop. And then, of course, the lifespan of any Cars and Coffee is that kind of hardcore enthusiasts find it, and then it gets more and more popular. And then, of course, everybody starts doing burnouts. Beautiful Ford here. Look at that. That is completely restored. If you love your F100, this one is spectacular. Somebody's done almost a rotisserie restoration on this, and I do love that baby blue color. I'm not sure that was original. Could have been. Of course, they did the wood planks in the back. Yeah, gorgeous F100. Anyway, like I was saying, so it started this coffee shop, and there were Ferrari guys, the Porsche guys, the classic British guys, the motorcycle guys. It was really small and intimate and a lot of fun. And then they just become too popular for their own good. What ends up happening is just too many people show up, and then the businesses and the locals get pissed off, and then people start doing burnouts on the way out, and then eventually there has to be a crash, usually a Mustang for some reason, and then the police come in, and next thing you know, it gets shut down. And then that was a real shame, and then they moved it over here to it's a community church area, and then I think Adams Polishes, which if you're into polishes, you'll know, has kind of become very popular, cleaning and polishing for a lot of cars, and they help sponsor it, and so now it's become a little bit more organized, a little bit less informal, and it actually gets much bigger in the summertime. Right now it's actually pretty small and pretty chill actually. So let's check out some other cars here. This seems to be the Mustang / Mercedes / Audi / Volkswagen section. Somebody has certainly done something interesting to this convertible by rhino lining it. Yeah, the poor man's down-home paint job. We'll never get it off, but it'll never look ugly. It'll always look the same. And if you're into that, that's not bad. Oh, speaking of classic BMWs, look at that beauty. Oh my gosh. And by the way, this era of Z3, this one's always been collectible. The clown shoe, right? This is the coupe. Look at the headers on that. Holy cannoli. That is certainly not stock, huh?
Yeah.
That is definitely not stock. Wow. Look at those inlets. Anyway, this car's always been very collectible. I got to drive this. Oops, It's like a little bit of a ouchie there. I got to drive this when it was new, and the issue with this car was always when they made it into this kind of cut-off station wagon, shall we call it. It became very drony. So when you get in the car, it's very loud, not in the kind of pleasant sort of way with exhaust, but in an unpleasant sort of way. But now of course, the regular version of that, the Z3 from back in the James Bond era, I think is becoming collectible. It's one of those cars that hasn't blown up yet, but I think it will. They actually handle really well, and they kind of got a reputation originally of being the hairdresser's car along with the BMW TT, but now that years have passed, and people have forgotten that Pierce Bronson perhaps wasn't the most classic of James Bonds. The cars are coming back. Oh, look at this. This sounds incredible. Love that lumpy, I'm guessing V8 sound. A little bit of a hot rod here. Don't know my hot rod, so you'll forgive me, but let's listen to it. Does sound good, huh? Almost like a classic Mercedes grill on that.
Not bad at all.
Oh yeah, that does sound good.
I'm not gonna book. No, that's like no Boston. And I say that I love the roll.
Oh, I just can't smell it, guys, but the gasoline, there's just something to it. A little bit of unburned fuel in the morning really makes for a great day if you're a car guy or car gal. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at what else is out here. Like I say, usually this parking lot is completely full of cars. This year, this month, I mean, because we're usually supposed to get snow in December, it's not as busy. There's always, of course, the modded Focus, 86 BRZ Folk, slammed, looks really cool. Great way to get into car culture. Look at this guy. This guy's got every aero tool and aid on his car possible, including the little shark's teeth on the roof, huh? McLaren next to a classic Jaguar, I believe. I'm sorry, Corvette next to a classic Jaguar, next to a classic Cougar. Yeah, only at Cars and Coffee will you have Corvette, Jag, Cougar, followed by Corvette, followed by Chevelle. More Porsches. And of course, this is an interesting car, the Alfa Romeo 4C. I got to drive that at the Chrysler Proving Grounds. And this is one of those really unique cars that is beautiful and completely impractical. There's really no place to put anything, like even a deck of cards will not fit in this. So, this kind of answers a question that very few people have asked, and that is, does the Lotus Esprit or the Lotus Elan, or what's the other Lotus? I can't think of it now. The little two-seater need a competitor? And the answer is apparently yes, Alfa Romeo. But it is absolutely gorgeous and completely impractical. And there's something to having cars that are beautiful and yet impractical. Look at this Guards red Porsche Whaletail. Oh my God, I am in love. Holy cannoli! This is like a complete time machine. This is when I was a young man. These were the cars that graced my wall, and I still have a soft spot, especially with these Fuchs, and they're really in vogue right now. So if you're a Porsche guy or gal, in a way that's kind of the holy grail of Porsches. Let's keep going. We got a Hellcat here, which is fun. Been there, done that. More Corvettes. Let's see what else is over here. Let's keep get out of the music so that YouTube doesn't think we're trying to steal music and demonetize this video, which is always an issue. And here we are in the Bronco section of Cars and Coffee. Hello.
What's up?
Hey man, how are you? Victor, how's it going, dude? I'm sorry, I'm doing a video, so.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh no, dude. What did you bring? Anything cool?
69 Mustang.
Yeah.
That's over there. And one of my techs brought a little Series 1 Lotus Elise.
Oh, nice.
You gotta check it out because it's the first.
I was just showing them like the Alpha 4C, and I was like, that's the question that nobody was asked. Does the Lotus Elise need a competitor?
Well, this is an early Series 1 lease,
Yeah?
so we're not legal here.
Yeah?
There's a company that brought them in and put Honda Acura Integra Type R motors in it and homologate them, and that's what this one's called.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's right there in the corner.
All right, I'll take a look at it. And how have you been?
Yeah, doing good.
I don't know if you guys remember, but you have one of the coolest Lamborghini collections, including the Rambo Lambo, right?
Oh, yeah?
Are you still driving that?
I do.
Yeah? Yeah, so we got to do a video on it a few years ago. Check that out over at TFL Classics. I met you here. So thanks, and let's get together. Yeah,
See, you got my number.
let's profile some cars. Yeah.
Yeah, I got some new stuff.
Yeah?
A lot going on. The shop's
How's the shop doing?
it's for cons now. It's bigger and better.
Yeah?
We got a $5 million Maserati in there.
Oh, wow.
Cool stuff. 3
Yeah.
Bugattis.
Well, let me do this. Let me give you a call next week. I'm actually in California driving a lot of, I'm doing the new SL, but I'll give you a call and then let's get together. I'd love to catch
Come by.
up.
There's quite a neat selection
Yeah.
of cars in there now.
Thank you.
Got my number.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks. Bye. All right. It's a very good friend of mine here in Colorado who has an incredible collection. He's into Lotuses and Buicks and Lamborghinis. So, pretty crazy, huh? Interesting taste in cars. And that's a great thing about Cars and Coffee. You meet all these people who just know so much about, I know a little bit about everything, probably enough to get me in trouble. But there are some people who are just experts, like with Victor, it's, Lamborghini, Lotus, and Buick. And it's, of course, he also has a Bugatti shop. So probably Bugattis as well, which I know nothing about. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what else there is. Look at that, a brand new C63S. Beautiful car. I'm a sucker for convertible Mercedes. And look at that, it's next to the S5 convertible. Two cars that compete. Well, probably an RS5 would compete against that AMG, but close enough. All right, let's keep going here. The Elise is supposed to be around here somewhere. So let's see if we can find it. There's a classic Porsche for sale. I'm gonna take a guess, $50,000. Oh, $59,000. So it's an 88 911 Targa. Sleeper, 330 horsepower. I don't know, did they LS swap it? How do you get, it says it's got a 3.3 liter turbo. And I'm not sure what came in this car, but it certainly didn't have 330 horsepower. But it's, $59,000. We have a 911 that we're getting close to putting that much money into. So I guess a turbo would have that much power. Targa at that. Yeah. It's got the G50 transmission, which is good. Yeah. Really nice. There you go. More installing that one if you're interested in a classic turbo. Let's see what else we can find here. More Mustangs, more Porsches, more classic American muscle, big old lifted Super Duty. There's usually a truck section. All right, Ford GT40. Very rarely are these. That's probably a replica. So few of these were made. The crazy thing is in Boulder, and if you've watched the Classics channel, you'll know there's actually a Shelby museum with a lot of his original cars that aren't replicas. And I'm not sure if that one is. There's a more modern version of it. That one's probably real, but I'm guessing that's a replica. I could be wrong, but maybe I'm right. I don't know. Ask the owner. Walk over there on the way back. Got some Miatas here. Still can't find that Lotus. He said it was kind of interesting. Oh, look at that Cadillac, huh? Tommy says, what, the 59? He knows classic cars better than I know. Is the one with the massive fins. That was the most finacious of the Cadillacs. But look at the size of those fins. Holy cannoli. That is incredible. And that Cadillac had that beautiful American trait of being much bigger on the outside than on the inside. Oh, look at this. We got a blacked out Volvo. Got a soft spot for Volvos in my heart. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Look at this. A whole bunch of them. They've never really come up crazy in price. I mean, they're still pretty affordable. And I guess that's because Volvo is known for sports cars, even though like these old 240s. Is this what this is? The square body ones were really cool. And there's something about a brand that's known for building safe family cars that goes out and actually builds a sports car. That's really way cool. Love that. And where would you be without the competitor, the Saab Turbo? So there you go. You got both the Volvos and the turbos. Let's take a walk over here to kind of the auxiliary area of Cars and Coffee, the secondary parking lot, before we wrap up this video and see what else there is. Cayman, I tell you, lots of Porsches. Oh, what is that I see? Look at that. That is a stretched, now I gotta see what that is. Very curious. A stretched what? Certainly long before there were limos. Look at the taillights on that. Those little bullet taillights. So it's crazy. And let's kind of do a walk around so I'm not shooting into the, oh, it's a checker cab. It's a stretched checker cab. That is, you find the darndest things here at Cars and Coffee, and this has got to be the most darndest of them all.
That's the craziest thing I think I've ever seen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 doors. It's an 8-door checker.
That's insane.
Isn't that insane?
I
That's
love it.
crazy.
It's the craziest thing I think I've seen here.
I agree. This is by far the coolest.
This has got to be the craziest car.
And look at the exhaust pipe. I don't know if you can see it, but the side pipe runs along the entire side and comes out right there. It's really interesting. Let's look at the inside of this. Wow. Yeah, could you start? Is this yours?
Yeah.
Before you started, let me ask you why did you do this? Tell me about this. No, who did it? Who did this?
Gordon and Joel England.
Okay.
This was their car. This was a parts car for the other two that they had around them. He had one and his buddy had one. His buddy got all his windows shot out.
Yep.
So he told Gordon, he said, we need a parts car. They found this one in Golden
Yeah.
and took all the windows out of it, took one of the good doors, and his son said, let's cut the roof off. It'll never have windows again. So
Okay.
we took the roof off.
So it kind of slowly progressed.
Yeah. And I've been asking for this car since I was 10 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So
it's beautiful.
In June we got it. It didn't look like this.
Okay.
Like there's a million things different on it, but now it's mine.
All right, and what do you do? What do you use it for?
What we're doing right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. All right. We'll start it up, man. It's
All right.
beautiful. Thank you. Let's listen to this. Let me get by the exhaust here. Oh, that sounds incredible. So what's under the hood?
We think it's a 327.
Okay. All right.
It's for sure a 350. It might be a 327 because the starter for 350 doesn't fit on here. So
Now I got to think a payload of a checker was, maybe 1,000 pounds. This looks like it could hold like 5,000.
yeah, did you see the leaf springs?
No, are
They're
they
stacked like that?
I'm gonna go check that out. Hold on. Okay, there are the leaf springs.
There's a lot of leaves under there. But originally with a roof and glass, it's only 5,300 pounds.
Okay.
So right now it can't be more than 4,500 pounds.
Did you repaint it? I love the the gold, the
Crushed
white
glass.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got crushed glass in it. My nephew painted it. He bears no responsibility for the body work.
All right.
We did that. We didn't know how to do body work. We have a schedule, and he said free paint on Friday.
All right.
So we made it happen.
What's the most people you ever had in it?
14.
14. All right.
It's had 38 in it.
Oh.
Joel, the kid, he went to Broomfield High.
Yeah.
And homecoming, when he pulled in the stadium at homecoming parade, everybody piled in it. They had 38 people on it.
All right. Well,
that's the record.
I could see somebody who is getting married having this as their special day car. It would certainly be very special.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Well, thanks for sharing it with our
Thanks.
viewers. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Well, that was pretty wild and pretty cool. And it doesn't get more special than that, I think. And let's just finish off this video with a Quack Run. This little annex area wouldn't be complete without an S2000, of course, Honda, another Porsche, GTR, and BMWs, Audis, and of course here in Colorado, there's an old classic Alfa Romeo. Here in Colorado, these vans are very popular, except this is not a Volkswagen. This is, what is this? Is that one of those Samsungs? Something like that? It's definitely Japanese, domestic market. Let's see what this is. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments below, because there is no name on it. But it's, like I say, one of those vehicles that was imported because Japan did these really cool little vans that now are finding their way to Colorado. Oh, look at that, a classic four-wheel drive Toyota. Was that a Corolla? Or was that a, let's see, I'll take a look. I love the interior. Look at the interior on that. Yeah, back in the day that was hot. Then it got ugly and now it's hot again. Tercel, sorry. Nice Tercel. I love the Tercel. Hey guys, I love the interior.
Yeah.
That is such a cool interior.
Yeah. It's
I wish they do stuff like that again.
Yeah, I know.
one of the prettiest interiors.
It's absolutely stunning.
Simple and
Yeah.
classy.
I tried to buy one of these a while ago from a woman in, I believe she was in Montana, and I couldn't get it. So cool that you got one. My mom had the Honda version of this. There's a Civic version of this as well, four-wheel drive. How many miles?
About 178,000.
That's not bad.
No.
For a Toyota.
No.
Yeah?
It runs great.
And how's the snow handling? Is it good? I see you got the studded tires.
Yeah, I have yet to get it stuck.
Yeah.
I take it up on the lake in Georgetown and do ice racing.
You do ice racing with it? Cool.
And, you know, this is the perfect car for that.
Yeah.
2,300 pounds, skinny tires, studs, not overpowered. Certainly not.
It's a car in search of a dog.
Pretty much, and there's plenty of dog hair in it too. So.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I took a car ice racing. It was a Bentley convertible, and up at Georgetown Lake where they do the ice racing here. I'm still looking for that Lotus. Have yet to find Victor's Lotus somewhere around here. You see it? If I walk by it, let me know in the comments. I'm kind of busy doing videos instead of trying to figure out exactly what all the cars are. Anyway, I took a Bentley convertible ice racing with Michelin Blizzaks, thinking that that's all I needed. On ice, Blizzaks have about as much grip as racing slicks, so you got to have studded tires on ice. Anyway, guys, sorry I didn't find the Loti, but thank you for joining me in this walk around of the Colorado Cars and Coffee. I hope you enjoyed the day. Hope you had a cup of coffee. A ZL1. Yeah, this is Nathan's favorite car. We got to review this guy. Nathan fell in love with this. In Nathan's word, Nathan like. I don't blame him. I like too. This is going to be very collectible in 20 years when, of course, everything is completely electric. And fire-breathing V8s are unfortunately a thing of the past. So there you have it. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fastlane car. Cool Volvo. Look at that. The wheels, everything's perfect about that car. Everything is perfect about that car. Thanks for watching, and remember, check out TFL Car, TFL Truck. And this weekend, Tommy and I are doing a video on TFL Off-Road where we took our Bronco and we took it up and over a pretty difficult obstacle with a bunch of lifted Jeeps. So that'll be up over at TFL Off-Road. Anyway, see you guys next time, and we should end on, I don't know. How about we zoom in on that 911? Becoming a big fan of 911s. See you guys next time. Ciao.